obviously, going into this, this is this huge franchise now. You saw the hoopla, but could anything really prepare you for what it was like when you got the parts and started seeing the reaction of everyone online?
I think I was so surprised to have actually been offered the part that I was so flabbergasted, is the word, I think, when the final offer came through.
It's so surreal, too.
Yeah,
I mean, for me, it was the first time that anyone had ever, talked about a part that I got online because it was a giant, iconic... You know what I mean? Like, you don't really get to audition for that many iconic characters throughout your career. I mean, it's like 1 every 100 is like someone that is memorable enough for people to really care about who's cast and are their eyebrows right and what kind of hair color do they have and, like, eye color. And it was just so detail fixated that I was like, whoa. Like, I can't think about any of that when I'm creating this character. Like, I have to go straight to the book and just make it real, and I can't try to appease everyone. I can only really appease myself and Frances and Suzanne. So,
let's talk about your characters a little bit. Starting with you, Sam Finnick. Obviously there's some narcissism there, but at the same time, it's not the only thing that defines him. Can you talk about sort of the layers we see of this guy?
Yeah, I mean, especially in the first film, and I think what most fans who have read the books take from his character is initially he's obviously this kind of very persuasive, manipulative, kind of disarming, charming guy, And I think, like I said, it's very, very two-dimensional to ever think of anyone like that. And I think, initially when people saw me as Sam Claflin, were like, well, these two don't match up. But actually, what I really found more interesting and what I took from the books was the fact that he's very sensitive and he's very insecure and, he's kind of lost without the love of his life. And I think that was the side of him that I was really, really intrigued about and that I wanted to build upon. And I have a feeling that might have been the thing that, or that definitely wasn't the looks. So I definitely say that was the thing that the director kind of saw in me and knew that I had going for me. So,
And trusted you, you know what I mean? I think it was such an interesting casting for Frances to be able to choose. I mean, even the two of us, we're not the most obvious choices in the world,
It's a marathon, it's not a sprint,
Yeah, for sure.
And then, obviously, Joanna, very bold. She makes quite a statement in that elevator sequence. Can you talk about, what she sort of projects out there? And there's sort of an interesting, almost animalistic thing about her.
Yeah, well, after winning the Hunger Games, I think that these, victors are pretty, messed up. And they are using any form that they can to form some sense of, control and survival because they become puppets. So for her, I mean, she's using every single thing that she can, her sexuality, her humor, her anger, her violence, her looks, her stares, her body, to be able to try and control as many situations as she can. And so I feel like she uses that opportunity in the elevator to just completely disarm the two of them and try to, wrap PETA a little bit around her finger, which I think she does a good job of.
Lastly, your characters are survivors, like you said. How do they process being told you have to go back in and do this again?
Can you beep things out?
Sure, yeah.
I think a part of Finnick, I think the moment that the way I portrayed it was that he kind of knew that he was going in. The moment he found out that victors were going, I think a part of him knew that because he's such a face of Pan Am, he's such a popular person. I think he immediately sort of sees the conniving side of the capital and assumes that he's going to get picked, so he knows. But I think he deals with it in his own way, and they all do. And I think that's what's so interesting about it, seeing these characters who have their expectations or their sort of ways of surviving thrust into one arena. Is obviously makes for a good film, I think.